Hi, I'm Zena Awesome, and this is Vandar Awesome. I'd like to thank all our new subscribers and just kind of give them, hopefully, a brief summary of who we are and what we're trying to do. Obviously, Vandar has stage 4 brain cancer. He's had 5 surgeries, 4 resections, and 1 biopsy. He's had 2 radiation treatments, and we've just started a new, well, you might call it a chemo, but it's technically immunotherapy that's not FDA approved for brain cancer, but based off of the DNA testing of his tumor, they think it's going to work, so we're really excited about that. But it's every 3 weeks. And because it's not FDA approved for this cancer, we're vets and we get our health care through the VA program. I don't know that we would have been able to get the treatment approved through the VA because we go to a brain cancer center at UC San Francisco, and they're the ones that did the sequencing and they did his last surgery, so they're able to justify it to Medicare because they understand what they're asking for, and I don't think the VA would have authorized it. That being said, that means we drive to San Francisco, which is 550 miles from our house, and we'll be doing that every 3 weeks. We were already doing it every 5 to 6 weeks for his MRIs because, again, they do better MRIs than the VA was doing. The VA was doing MRIs every 6 weeks, but, well, every 8 weeks, but they're not as many slices and it's a different machine. So he turned 65 in April, and once he became eligible for Medicare, we started going to the brain cancer center up at UCSF because he's had cancer long enough now that he's done all the standard treatments. So we're getting into the non-standard treatments, and we really need the professional help of a brain cancer specialist. So that's why we drive as far as we drive. We're low income. We have a claim in with the VA. We're trying to service connect his brain cancer, and if that doesn't work, there's another program called pension, and sometimes referred to as aid in attendance, that if you make less than a certain amount of money, they will bring you up to a certain amount. And we have that in too, but they won't find on that until they decide about his brain cancer. We already have a congressman working our case. They've been working on it since March. So we're actively pursuing all that, but until then, we're very short money. But since Vandar has, and just again to be clear, this is not considered curable. This is terminal brain cancer. There is no cure. All we can do is seek more time, which of course is what we're actively doing. So we had to shut down our business because I couldn't do it myself, and plus I have to take care of Vandar. And we don't want to just sit around and do nothing, though. I want to create memories. I want to celebrate life. I want to have fun as much as we can. And so we do go out and try to do things. So we're not just sitting at home moping, because that's no fun. As you've probably seen in the videos, we have 7 dogs. One of our dogs is very sick, so probably in the next couple months I'll be down to 6 dogs, but a lot of people think having that many dogs is just crazy and too much work, but I think the dogs add a lot of quality to our life, and I love my babies. Of course, you're my baby too.
Not me.
So we have a camper van. It's a 95 Chevy van G20 that I've converted more or less, that we do travel in. We also try to, well, we like to cruise, but because money has gotten tight, we've pretty much gone through all our savings and we've used our credit cards. So we're really tight right now. And then also I have a big repair coming up on the van where I might need to replace the rear axle. And I found a great mechanic up again near the San Francisco area, so we're going to be trying to do that on his next infusion. So we got to pick and choose what we're going to spend money on. So since we can't afford to go on a cruise, even though it's relatively cheap, this month we're going to probably go to a hot spring resort using the van, so using their RV parking, because that makes it pretty reasonable, and there's electricity. And I did email them and they said we can set up the tent, so I'm really excited because we like to use the tent as, say, the living room kitchen, and then use the van for sleeping, especially when it's a little bit colder. Since this is winter, it's easier to keep the van warm, and of course have all the dogs secure and cuddling. The purpose of our channel is just to kind of tell people about us, share information. Looking forward to talking with people. That if you post comments, I'll try to post things back, trying to be interactive. We've only been doing this for a few months, so we're still getting the hang of it. We're still trying to figure out what people like. I don't even know how long to make videos at this point. I've got short videos, I've got long videos. Some of my stuff is kind of boring, like clipping my dog's toenails, but really that's how long it takes to clip my dog's toenails. I think the video is 45 minutes long. Just like the video on how we do pills, that is literally how I do pills. I have to do that every 2 weeks. So that's just part of our life. The same thing about changing his tumor treatment field. We change it almost every day, and I do the laser light therapy. That's just, again, part of our daily life. And but we don't want people to feel sorry for us. Now, if you want to send positive energy our way by prayers or by just wonderful thoughts or positive things, we love it. But
Maybe we love them too.
but as far as him getting well soon, that's not going to happen.
Eventually.
And so we just try to have a lot of fun and do a lot of things. As for where we're staying right now, this is a friend's place. I help him out with some of his stuff, so right now we're not at home. And then you'll see videos about our home. That's where the water tank is at. And I've got the door project. I still need to put in the door so that if Vandar needs to use a wheelchair, he can easily get into the house and I can keep him at home. But right now we're not home. I'm still, the infusions is getting it every 3 weeks has just started. So we haven't gotten into a schedule or a routine yet. So I'm not too sure how things are going to flow. He was on Avastin for 1.5 years, which was every 2 weeks, and we got into a pretty good rhythm with that. But that wasn't up in San Francisco. Where we live and where the VA hospital is still 105 miles from our house. So even that wasn't exactly close, but it wasn't 550 miles. So obviously I have to do all the driving. I pretty much have to do everything. But he gives me positive thoughts. That helps, right? Again, post comments. If you want to help us out, as we'd like to get monetized. We're going to probably get to our 1,000 subscribers within a month or two, but we're still going to need 4,000 hours of view time. So if you could watch some of our videos or put some of our videos up so that we could get some time, that would be great. I'd really appreciate it. And I hope you all continue watching. The advertising. Yes. We advertise our channel because we really don't have much of a social network to try to get it started. And when I did all my research online, they said the best way if you want to quote-unquote pay for views is to do it through regular advertising, because the regular advertising is totally legit, and hopefully you'll actually get people that are interested in watching what you have, versus if you go to the other places that just guarantee so many views for so many dollars, that those people aren't necessarily going to actually even watch your videos. So I'm hoping that down the road we get enough traction that I can stop my YouTube ads and I'll actually have some organic growing, but right now we have to pay for ads to get to people out to our channel to find us and see if they like us and watch us. So thank you for listening, and hopefully, if you're interested, you post comments. I respond pretty fast, unless it's just something, you just say something nice, I might not respond. But if you ask a question, I'm usually pretty good about getting on there and answering it. And if you have any questions about brain cancer or anything along those lines, I'd certainly be happy to talk to you about it. Yes, I'm obviously Vandar's full-time caregiver. Yes, it is a lot of work, but he's worth it. We've been married for 31 years. We're both vets. I have a master's in business administration. I work on computers. I have a background in electronics. Vandar was a welder and also helped with the computer business. And then of course we also had the farm. We had horses, ducks, geese. I've posted some of those videos up. We used to have a lot more animals, so us being down to 7 dogs is just like so few animals. Oh, and of course I raw feed my dogs, and I have a lot of videos of that. So they get, I don't carry dog food. Well, of course I carry dog food, but it happens to be people food too. So hopefully you continue watching and enjoying. Thank you very much.